Hello everyone and welcome back again. In this session we'll start looking on the cement, and cement is considered one of the basic material in producing concrete and one of the main ingredients of the concrete production. As we discussed before, concrete is made actually of cement, aggregates and water. And these are the main ingredients to produce any concrete. You won't find any concrete without the presence of cement, and you won't find any concrete without the presence of aggregates. The same goes for also for the water. We might also have an extra material, we call it admixtures. So admixtures is an extra material that can be added to the concretes or to the concrete ingredients in order to further improve the properties of the concretes and improve the quality of the concrete. But these are the three ingredients of concrete. We have already started with the aggregate in the previous section. We have studied the significance of aggregates, the volume of the aggregates, and the properties of the aggregates. And we have seen that aggregate occupied roughly 75% of the total volume of the concrete. The high percentage of the aggregate contents in the concrete, which is roughly 75%, is significantly influenced or affect the concrete properties in general. So small change in the properties of the aggregate, it will make significant effect on the total or the general concrete properties. So today we'll start looking on the cements, the one of the main ingredients of concrete, and we will discuss what is the purpose of cements and why do we need to add cement. So the word cement actually is, we can call it to any material that binds or unite essential like glue. So it's not only for concrete. The word cement, we can call any material cement since it has the properties of the gluing and the bind properties or the bind feature. So cement is used as a binding material in mortar, concrete, etc. So the purpose of the cement is the binding properties. And that's why we call it binder material. The binder material we are using concrete is cement. So what is the purpose of the cement? The purpose of the cement or the function of the cement is binding the actually the aggregate particle together. So why do we use cement? Because cement is act as a glue that bind or unite all the aggregate particle together. They bind it together, and at the end of the day, we come up with a big stone. We call it concrete. So this is the functions or the purpose of using cement. So cement is a hydraulic binder and is defined as a finely grounded inorganic material that when it get touched or when it mixed with water form a paste that's set and hardened by the means or by the process of hydration. And this is actually what cement do. Cement, when get touched with water, they are chemically react and give us calcium silica hydrate plus calcium hydroxide. So this is the chemical reaction. We call it the hydration reaction. Cement, when it gets touched with water, they are producing calcium silica hydrate as an outcome of the reaction. And the calcium silica hydrate is the source of the strength. What makes the concrete harden over time? Because of the presence of cement, because cement is the binder material, is the material that is responsible for hardening of the concrete over time. So what makes the concrete or what makes the cement harden over time? Because of the process of hydration or the hydration reaction. So what is hydration reaction? Hydration reaction is the reaction between the cement and the water that are producing calcium silica hydrate. And calcium silica hydrate is the responsible or the material, the outcome of this reaction, and act like a glue that glue all the aggregate particle together, and at the end of the day we'll come up with a big rock, we call it concrete. And the more calcium silica hydrate is the higher strength of concrete. the higher quality of the concrete. And the lower contents of calcium silica hydrate is the lower strength and lower quality of the concrete. So after hardening or after this reaction is already being done in the concrete, after hardening, it retains its strength and stability even under the presence of water. So when the concrete already sitting by the means or by the process of hydration reaction, and it gains the strength of the concrete, it gains a strength of whatever value, 30 megapascal, 40 megapascal, or whatever value of the strength. After we getting this strength, or the concrete is supposed to stay on its original strength even underwater. There is any drop in the strength. If you are familiar with the strength development in the concrete with respect to time and the strength of the concrete, the strength of concrete start initially in a very rapid way, and it will at the 28 days, then the strength will keep constant. The strength of the concrete will keep constant after 28 days. And what is written here that the strength of the concrete harden and retain its strength and stability even underwater. So it should be constant as long as there is no any external factor that could negatively affect the concrete properties. Portland cement has been the most popular and the most common type of cement used in the normal construction. And we have actually many types of cements. Cement and Portland cement is the most common type of cement that been used in the normal construction. So ordinarily Portland cement, which is the most common type of cement used in the industry, it's a type of artificial cement. We'll see in the following session that cement is not natural material, it is actually manufactured material. It's different than the aggregate. We are collecting the aggregate from, or the source of the aggregate is natural. We go to the mountain, we blast the mountains, then we can take the aggregate directly and use it in the concrete. So we are use the natural aggregate and it's ready to be used in the concrete. But cement, it must go through manufacturing process before we start using in the concrete. So this is what we mean by it is an artificial cement. We will discuss this one in the following session, the production and the manufacture of cement in more details. But what you need to know today, what is the purpose of the cement? Why do we use cement? And how the cement is responsible for, or what makes the concrete harden over time is the presence of cement. Why? Because cement, when it gets touched with water, they are chemically react and they are producing calcium silica hydrate, or what we call it the hydration reaction. And as a result of the hydration reaction, we are getting calcium silica hydrate, and calcium silica hydrate is acts like a glue that glue all the aggregate particles, the sand and the rocks, and they glue it together. And at the end of the day, we come up with a big stone. We call it concrete. Called Portland cement, they are calling it as a Portland cement. Why? Because when it's already sitting and after hardening and become gaining some strength, the the color of the concrete itself is a gray color, and it's similar actually to a rocks that is located on Portland in England. So after the process of hardening and the final product of the cement of the concrete, the color of the concrete is a gray. You know, you are familiar with the color of the concrete, and the color is similar to the color of the rocks that is located on the Portland in England, and that's why they call it Portland cement concrete or Portland cement. This type of cement, we call it as a Portland cement because of the similarities in the color of the concrete as a result of using the Portland cement. So ordinary Portland cement is one of several types. As we mentioned, we have many types of cement for different application, but for the most use and the normal application, we are using the normal concrete or Portland cement concrete. Being manufactured throughout the world are some of the more commonly used type of cement. OPC, ordinary Portland cement, is the general purpose cement used in concrete construction. So this is an introduction about what is cement, the function of cements, what makes the concrete harden over time because of the presence of cement that is responsible for the hydration reaction that produces calcium silica hydrate. Calcium silica hydrate is the responsible of the strength of the concrete, and it is actually the source of the strength of the concrete. What is the source of the strength of concrete is calcium silica hydrate, which is as a result of the hydration reaction. What is hydration reaction? Cement with water chemically react and they are producing this one. And what is Portland cement? So this is an introductory slide or session for the cement. I will continue for the production and the manufacture steps or stages of the cement in the following session.